behind the scenes as we're sharing the episodes.
Is it ready?
You're on.
What? Did you even do the intro?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Smoking Underground.
Surprise.
I was sending out links and stuff like that.
My goodness.
Make sure my phone's on silent. Sorry about that, y'all. Thank you for being here. We are in the My Father Cigar Lounge and Studio. I am joined by the always amazing and blonde-haired Mr. Gary.
I don't know where that come from. You and your colorblind self. I appreciate that, though. Thank you, and we appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch us two goobers here actually talk about cigars. And one of our passions, and that is smoking cigars and enjoying them, the experience in doing so. And we would like for you to do the same and enjoy that as well. That's the reason why we're here. If you're a novice, if you're an experienced, if you're a connoisseur, please join us. We would love your input. We would love to know what you're smoking, drinking, so on, so on, so on.
Absolutely, we would. And we're joined by the amazing producer, John.
Hey, I've already been on.
I know you've already.
Bad job.
They got us. They tricked us. He tricked us.
Yeah, it did. We went Eastern time there for a second.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
So how you doing, Gary?
So I'm good. How was your week?
Pretty dang good, I would say. I've been hitting the gym and feeling great.
I can tell you've lost about a half pound.
A half a pound.
Congratulations. I
Probably in my brain mass.
You're putting it on with that libation you're doing.
Nah, that's fat-free calories.
That's all right right there now. That's
You
good
get up
too.
to a higher grade of libation, and then that doesn't cost anything.
As well as I would like to know what you are drinking.
Today, I am drinking the 12-year Balverine.
Balverine.
Yes.
Balverine.
This thing is smooth. It's nice, and I love the name.
Scotch whiskey.
Yeah, I would say it's in the Scotch
Bourbon.
whiskey. It's in the Scotch range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scotch. Okay. Interesting. Okay. 12-year too.
Joining her home in Oxford with a La Promessia.
Oh, good deal. Nice.
Nice. Thank you for smoking what we're smoking.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. So yeah.
That would be Sean from last week. He picked up the pack, remember?
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Nice.
You did, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
You rock. Man, you rock.
Yeah, he does.
Man, let us know how you enjoy that. I think you will, but
I'm going to do this twice in one
we'll
show.
see.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hit
Ready?
that, smash that like button, baby. Like, share, subscribe. Do it.
Yep. Got to do it. Got to
Don't
do
ask.
it.
Just do it.
Do it at the end. Do it at the beginning. Doesn't make any difference.
That's right. And we have a little bit of a surprise at the end, but we'll get into that later. So
We
tell
got
us, Gary.
you got a good show.
We do have a good show.
Got
Tell
a
us
good
what we're
show.
smoking today.
I really don't know.
You don't know.
I had no clue.
This is the
I'm
My
sorry.
Father.
I just right to tail end of things, and I'm just okay. All right.
This is the
This
My
is-
Father La Promessia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very good. It's like Christmas come early.
It is. And
How
this thing,
about that?
it's got a nice smell on it.
Oh man, come
Oh.
on.
Good wrapper.
Ooh.
It's got this little. I'm gonna say orange. It's kind of a pink, but I'm fond of orange, so I'm just gonna say it's orange.
Well,
But while you're getting yours set up, let's take a look at the band, Mr. John. If you can help us out, so everybody can see, we got a new thing we wanted to do from last week. And Doctor is smoking. Thank you for joining us today, Dr. D. He is smoking the La Promessia.
indeed.
And that is the band. That is exactly the band. It's not too different. That's the whole thing right there. Well, not the bottom part, but the part in the center.
Right.
And as you can imagine, it is gorgeous. And the graphic there is not doing it as much justice as when you see it in person.
That's correct, sir.
Reflection on it. It's got
Very
some
good
flat
point.
tones on it, and it is gorgeous. I wish you could see the other side or the side of the band.
Right.
It's classic cigar look. It is definitely gorgeous. That is faux show. They, as we learned from the last time we spoke to the My Father rep, they have their own artist and they take their time. They make sure to do it right.
Yes, they do.
And
They,
I cannot wait any longer. I got to punch this.
You know what? I do too, actually.
I'm going to go with my wide mouth punch because that's what I enjoy doing is a wide mouth punch.
All right. A wide mouth punch.
The same way I like to hit people.
Mm.
A wide mouth punch.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just taking a look at it here. It looks like, obviously, the My Father series does an outstanding job. I mean, I've always said that. We'll always say that. And I'm looking at a smooth yet not as toothy wrapper, very shiny, nice sheen on it. In the sun-grown wrapper that it's bellowed in has appropriate and very straight cap.
Yeah, I was just noticing the same thing. It's
My
tailored.
God. So the roller, the torsador that done this is extremely good and has very good eyes.
Yes, and
So
the dry pull on this thing has a nice flavor to it.
Is
I
it
gotta
good?
say, yeah.
Mm.
So I'm gonna brag just a little bit because I'm about to light this
Go,
with
baby.
a brand new lighter
Go, baby.
that has my logo on it.
Bragging
which you can't
again.
see.
Oh my God.
But it says Arc of Fire.
Yeah, it's just
It was
his
just given
private
to me about 5 minutes ago as a gift for my birthday that's coming up this Saturday.
Happy early birthday, by the
Thank
way.
you. And on
And
the bottom, it's got etched in there Whiskey Talk Friends because the co-host with the mostest, Dr. D, of that series that I do, got it for me. I know, it's amazing.
It's a good looking lighter. I got to say it is.
Oh, but it's not just a Zippo.
Oh no.
He got the Thunderbird insert that's got the pyramid.
Oh God. And of course, y'all all can see that, right?
Ooh, you can't see it, but it's gorgeous.
That's
It is gorgeous.
That's it.
And I'm about to use it for the first time.
Well, man, throw down. Shoot you. And I'll go with my traditional vector. I'm sorry. But
And that's the best lighter in the
That's
business.
all I got. Right there. That's it. So anyway. So one of the more exciting cigars I could smoke today. This is the first one of the day, unfortunately. I've been looking forward to this within the last 5 minutes here.
And this
No,
is a
no,
great
no.
cigar since we've been having all this rainy weather here in Birmingham.
Golly, it's like, man, you got to be part frog to enjoy this stuff out
I
here.
know.
Good grief. Oh, my heavens. But anyway, yeah. So let's give it a shot.
Say, as part of our Cigar of the Month pack, this actually is, it's a little bit, Cigar of the Year month pack. I forgot that key word.
Yeah.
This is actually, Robb Report does 9 cigars of the year and different categories. This is a Robb Report Cigar of the Year, and they classify this in the aged whole cigar category. And their description is wrapped in a rich reddish brown Ecuadorian Habano Rosado Oscuro leaf. Yeah. And the final product is aged for at least a year, medium rich in flavor, and candied sweet chocolate and a touch of oak.
Definitely get everything like that out of it.
Golly. There we go. All right. I'm happy now. Man, I've had my first draw fixed.
Yep.
So that's, oh, yeah. Man, man.
Yep.
That's, that's like your first date right there. That's all right.
I hope not.
I hope not.
For some.
For some.
Oh, you meant, I was thinking first date overall.
Oh, what's up, Fluffy? Let's see here.
Shout out to the Selena Foundation.
So what we're going to do, I think what we're going to talk about tonight, I believe, we've got several things on the table, of course. Well, we have the CRA sampler, as well as we've got a few things we're going to talk about as far as fuel goes in the butane lighter, butane fuel, obviously. You will not hear us talk too much about at all. I'm sorry. I don't even want to say too much. You will not hear us say anything at all about Zippo when it comes to the cigar industry.
Right.
That will not happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is kerosene.
Kerosene, basically. Yeah, it's kerosene.
And I tell you what, I have made the mistake of, I have a pipe lighter that is a Zippo. And I thought this was the greatest thing ever because the whole, instead of being on the tops on the side, and I'm like, yes, I got one device
Looks
to work.
cool.
I don't have to do matches. I can flick that thing
Right.
open. Destroys everything you're smoking. All you taste is kerosene.
Man,
It's
I'm
horrible.
telling you. Yeah,
Better to pick a twig off the ground and like that.
Yeah, it is. It's like a liquid turd. So what we're,
liquid turd.
so
Hashtag liquid turd.
it really doesn't behoove anybody to use butane. Zippo lighter when it comes to lighting a cigar or a pipe.
Right.
It's very heavy oil based. It's a nasty fuel, as you well know.
Yep.
And it leaves a tarnish on just about everything, including your palate.
Yeah.
So the only thing Zippo, I will say this, the only thing Zippo is great for, is fantastic in the cigar industry, to light cedar.
To light cedar.
That's all.
That's it.
That is it. Zero, nothing else.
That's the reason I love this insert, because it's a butane insert
Right.
into a Zippo case, because I love that sound.
Yeah.
You can put that on there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Love that sound.
Last time I heard that sound was on an airplane when the TSA was actually taking it from me. That was the last time I heard that sound right
That's
there.
sad news.
Gosh, yeah, it was.
But you thanked him for it because the accidental lighting of a cigar never happened again.
Yeah, some things happen for a reason, I guess, but
Best name for
yeah. So anyway,
Dr. D's on fire tonight.
yeah. So what we're looking at here, of course, is the different variations of butane. Okay, butane is variable. It has a little bit more oil than what others do. There's a standard that it has to do when it comes to butane. And in this particular case, we have on the table here is the Zycar. This is what we call a Zycar Black. The Zycar Black is about as good and an inexpensive butane as you can get.
High performance.
Yes, it's very much so. It really is. They make a silver, and I'm not going to diss them, but they make a silver can that is not, it's quality. It is. It's clean. It's very clean.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the longevity. It doesn't have the heat. It doesn't have the pressure. It has all of that. It's almost like it's too clean, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, see,
So
if I may expound on that, what I tell customers when I work at the Trustville store, and they ask me about it, I go, the standard silver bottle with the kind of not lower grade, lower performance,
Right.
I would say.
correct. Very good.
It's for the standard lighter to put in there. You may have to light a little bit more.
Right.
And if you're not skilled with the lighter, that's probably the gas to go for you, or the liquid to go for you.
That's correct.
Whereas the high performance stuff, you can light faster, it gets hotter, and you got to pull it away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to know what you're doing.
Right.
And I tell people, if you know what you're doing and you can efficiently use less gas, or less of the liquid, I keep saying gas, less of the liquid to light your lighter than you can with the other one. If you know what you're doing, but you got to know what you're doing. So if you're brand new, go with the silver.
Outstanding.
And then once you get used to it, which doesn't take long at all, best name for diarrhea. Once you get used to it, you're going to always choose the Black Can High Performance.
You will. It is the thing I really enjoy about the Black, and that goes for not only the Zycar Black, but there's a particular fuel out there called Vector, which Vector now has stepped up there. They used to be the hottest out there. They used to be the most high performance out there, but it was dirty.
Yeah.
It was a dirty fuel. And I used to sell it and push it as well. It was I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. But I used to push that stuff in, and I had people come back in the store and say, "Hey, what's up with my lighter?" And you look down in there, and there's soot around the SSTs, around the little jets,
the burners.
Yeah, the burners, right? So there's a little soot in there. So I'm thinking, well, yeah, we got a hotter fuel, we got a more high performance fuel, but it's dirty. So now you've got these little tubes that are in the lighter, and you'll see on every lighter that you see, you'll look very, very carefully at the lighter, and it'll have little rivets or holes or slots right above, or I'm sorry, right below the neck of the lighting.
The burners.
Yeah, the burners there. So you've got these little holes here, and what that does is that in case there's any type of a leakage of any kind, then it's not going to blow. It's not going to blow up. It may, but it'll flash.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in this particular case, it works as a coolant for all of this that goes on. It's like a heat sink.
Yeah.
So all of that right there to be said, the little hoses that come out of the tank that go up to the burners up there, they're very small. I mean, they're literally, you almost fit a hair in them. So when you start getting a thicker oil-based butane, those things are going to clog up.
Yeah,
and
one of my
next thing you
favorite
know,
lighters.
click, 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 click.
One of my favorite lighters my brother gave me is starting to clog up because I used old gas and stuff.
There it
It
is.
just didn't work very well.
Yeah.
The solution to kind of air those out is you can buy a can of air. You can push it through some of those holes and through the top to try to cleanse it.
Yes.
But at some point, it's gonna just mess up. It's not gonna work anymore.
Correct. Yeah. And on the burners, what I used to do, of course, is have at home when I used to use Vector, and Vector was the thing at that time. Zycar had come out at that time.
Right.
So, but I would get some little CLR on a Q-tip.
The cleaner.
Yeah, the cleaner, and just sort of dab it down in there, dab it, and of course it would clean those out. And I would.
Well, it cleans everything.
Yeah, so it does. It really does. So, but yeah, that's. But as far as a butane goes, stay away from Ronson, Zippo. There's others out there as far as butane goes, but man, they're nasty. They're dirty. Ronson's made for they do a lot of what we call naphtha type stuff, which is a high. Okay.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of that type stuff right there. So when it comes to Ronson fuel, you'll see it in Walmart. You'll see it back behind the counter. And if you've got just an old cheap lighter that you just don't care about, or butane lighter rather,
right.
Ronson, I guess, because it'll work about maybe 10 times.
Yeah.
After that,
I just tell people, if you're going to do something, do it right. Just
right.
get the silver can and or the black can, high performance, and just go with that. Just save up if you can't afford it. It's not expensive.
Correct.
I say that like it's expensive. It's not.
Yeah.
And you should be good to go. And if you come into all the Cigars and Mores and Vitola Fine Cigars, our 5 locations, you can get all of these cans.
Yeah.
So, and we'll refill your lighter for you typically.
Yeah.
So John's going to try to show you a little bit of that right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Picture's a little bit.
It's tiny. It's
a
minuscule, to say the
little
least.
thing, man, it's got the postage stamp going on there.
Yeah.
The postage stamp style.
Wow.
Hey, I can't get a bigger assortment of lousy lighter fluids.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I think that'll do. Well, we get the idea as far as, or they do, other as. So, but yeah, you'll find a lot of the butane out there that you can try. But if you go into a cigar shop, chances are you're going to have the correct fluid, and obviously with the lighters to go with it. But yeah, you'll have a pretty good fluid selection to choose from in a cigar shop, and they're going to lead you the right way too. So, and that's what I've always told everybody that comes in: don't use Ronson, don't use Zippo butane, Ronson butane. Don't use any of that. So this is honestly the best stuff. I have some that was because I have a Lotus lighter at home. That's where I think it's Vector, because I don't remember seeing Zycar on the side of the can. But Zycar's the best, honestly. Yeah, it is for the money. Now when you start getting up, in that fuel range, you start looking Dunhill, you start looking ST DuPont.
I was just about to ask you, is there an even better one than Zycar?
Well, I mean, DuPont and Dunhill, they make cartridges And the reason is because a lot of the Dunhill Davidoff type lighters, they're soft flame.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. The ones that are soft flame, you'll notice if you spin them upside down, you'll notice that there's threads on the underside of it.
Yeah.
And those threads mainly are because it's made to hold one shot of these containers.
Right.
And these containers, I don't own any. Let's just say that. Okay. So you would take that container basically and just screw it down in there, and you can hear it. And it'll dump all out.
Yeah.
And that lighter's ready to go again for another, I don't know. That's about the only thing. Of course, you got Prometheus. Prometheus, I think, sort of tails off of Vector.
Right.
Or not Vector, I'm sorry, Zycar. I think it sort of tails off from Zycar. They put their name on it. But Prometheus makes some pretty good stuff too. But for the money though.
So the next thing I want to get into is how you fill it, and the reason.
Well, hold on. We're still talking about quality of butane.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 2 cans there by Zycar.
That's true.
And Zycar used to make, no doubt, quality butane across the board.
Yes, indeed. They do.
However, due to their recent acquisition and that, certain things have changed among the Zycar cans. Would you like to elaborate, or do you just want to point?
So, pointed out to me is if you see a can here with the seal up at the top, that's made in America. And then if you see it with a seam down the side, America, it was designed or made in Mexico.
Mexico or China?
Mexico or China.
Or China.
Yeah. Is there any other elaboration on that as to why or whatnot?
Well, usually the American butane is considered even cleaner than the Mexican or Chinese butane. I don't know if that's just because of where it's from, but the side seam cans are less expensive to produce. And
yeah,
it's always been a thing that if it's sealed on the top, it's a really quality butane.
Right.
Going down the side, we're going to see, because that's a recent change to the Zycar line on the big cans. The little cans are still sealed on the top. The big cans are not. So we're going to find out.
Yeah. These are, I've always used the small cans just simply because I'm filling customers real quick and I want to make sure they have what they need.
Sure.
Now we typically fill people's lighters when they come in, just out of habit. We just go ahead and fill it. Now I will say there are some people who probably take way advantage of that, because I have a regular customer who comes in and he brings in 3 giant lighters and asks me to fill them every time.
Oh, I got the guy with 3. I got the guy with 7.
Yeah.
Brings in, literally brings in a bag. And some of those guys will buy a $4 stick. They probably made more in butane than what they spent.
Yeah.
But then again, I've got a guy who regularly brings in 3, and he buys 3 to 8 80th anniversary Padrones.
Come on.
So you get a little difference. I mean, we can't knock them all.
Fill them puppies up for you.
I'll say I'm going to do a better job of filling if I know you're buying a stick.
You know it.
Oh, snaps.
Oh, there it is.
There's another interesting question that Mr. Sean put in there is, what are the things that usually come in here with the nozzles? What are those for?
Oh, those are adapters. And oftentimes different, back a while back. Okay. And we'll bring ST DuPont back into this.
Right.
Okay. And Davidoff. We'll bring them back into it. Cartier does it too, believe it or not. They'll make the exotic lighters.
Right.
They're real nice type lighters. They're soft flame, but they're really nice. Gold and silver and all that kind of crap. Palladium. So
Palladium.
Yes. So what they'll do is, as I was telling you earlier, that they have the threads on there.
Right.
Well, Zycar said, well, you need to use our fuel. And if you need a little cheater, here you go, right here.
Yeah.
And they will. And they'll stick those down in there, because different lighters have different, if you will, heights of where the stem goes down. And you'll notice on one of those little canisters I was telling you about, you'll notice I'm going to say this very carefully, the nipple, of it.
Canceled.
Yeah. So anyway, the nipple, of course, is going to vary in size, and that size, of course, is what goes down in the orifice. Okay, so Zycar said, "We got this for you.
Yeah,
come get our fuel. Looky here."
it's smart marketing.
Sure enough,
Yeah.
it is.
I've
And it
never had to
worked.
use one myself.
It
but
worked. I filled. I will confess, I filled a mini of Davidoff and Dunhill lighters with that right there, with that particular, with those adapters on the inside, and it works out very well. Very good.
I'm doing the dip.
Go with it.
Trying the dip.
Dip it. Doggone dip it. Dip that thing. What do you think?
Yep.
That risotto stands out, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. Yum.
So, and that leads us into refilling the lighter.
Mm.
Now, typically, you'll see the port down in the bottom, usually where you have the pressure gauge or the flame size gauge.
Yes. Mm.
You can use a pin. You can use a blade. I wouldn't recommend a blade. You can use.
I wouldn't recommend a pen.
Yeah. Some people do, because what you're talking about is a small, tiny piece of metal, and you're sticking a pin and you're getting that garbage in there, and you're spreading the metal out.
Give that to your buddy and say, "Hey, do this, would you?"
Yeah.
You're getting ink in that, and then the moment you go to fill it with butane, guess where that ink goes?
There you go.
That's right.
That's right, man. Look to get
So,
sprayed.
not recommended. A lot of people like to use just a paper clip, which is fine if you're in a pinch. I've had to do that before myself. I've used a file sometimes and stuck it in there.
Yeah.
But honestly, the best tool, which I wish these things were regularly available. We have a bunch now. We finally got some in at the stores. These are the Zycar lighter tune-ups. Yep. It's got like a Phillips head flat head on one end, and then on the other end, it's got a spot distinctly made for purging because it's got a hole in the center of it, and then an exit port down here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you real quick. You push it in, and that's the fluid. Now you can tell the difference between air and fluid.
Very much.
The fluid's going to be cold when it comes out.
Very much so. Yes.
And then his is already full, but you'll notice sometimes you'll get some air.
Safety pin. Yeah, that will do it.
Like that right now. Yeah. The only thing coming out of there is air.
Right. Correct. And let me sort of reiterate why we're doing this, okay? And that is that on the butane lighters, okay, butane goes in cold, okay? When it goes in cold, it goes in decompressed. When it goes in, it starts warming up. When it starts warming up, it starts decompressing.
That thing is ice cold right there.
So yeah, it is. So when that happens, when it starts decompressing, is a lot of folks after they fill their lighter up. I'm one of them. I'm sorry, but I'll stick it under my armpit and just sort of just hang there for about maybe 60 seconds, let it warm up, and then take it back out, open it up, flick it, and check it out. Make sure everything works. And then, so what happens?
That pin right there.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Great.
It's
shot.
a wonderful, wonderful tool. I gotta say. I'm thoroughly impressed with it.
Right.
I mean, I bought one as soon as we had them in the store because I've always wanted one. They're wonderful.
Yeah, that's actually my idea about 20 years ago. So
$9.99 in the store.
$9.99. That's a good price. I'll be honest with you.
So what we're looking at though is whenever you start, let's just say your lighter's half. Did I stick mine in my pocket?
No, I got it.
Thank you. Let's just say your lighter's half full. You look at it, and of course, it's got a little half full right there. And you're thinking, well, I'm going to just go ahead and just top it off.
Yeah.
Good luck. So as I was telling you, it's under pressure. So a lot of the times what you're going to do is you're going to take your butane, good butane, okay, and you're going to take it. When you depress it, when it does, that particular area is smaller than that particular area right there. So it's going to backfill. And next thing you know, your lighter's empty and you're going, what the freak? Next thing you know, I'm getting it put on my counter and going, hey, what?
Yeah.
So that's the reason for the purge. The purge gets rid of all the gas, gets rid of all the air, all the impurities.
Yeah.
And then you can take the lighter fluid and you can stick and it'll fill all the way to the top. Man, I've got them where they ain't even a bubble in there.
I remember the first time that happened to me, I was like, this thing is half full.
What?
And I can't fill this thing. Yeah. And I remember Doc back in the day going, you need to get all the air out of it.
Let me do it appropriately. You need to get all of the air out of it.
You need to get all the air out of it.
Yeah.
And so
love you, Doc.
what I typically do when I fill them for customers is when it's empty, before even purging it, I'll try to press it to see where it's at. That'll automatically kind of repressurize a little bit more. And then I'm going to hold it tight, heat it up a little bit. And then like this one I just refilled, I do double check. So I hit it once and then fill it. And then
Very good.
now I notice it's full.
Yeah.
It doesn't need any more. And then I'm going to go ahead and top off what I just released.
Right.
And it's done.
It's
that
done.
simple. It doesn't take much time. And that thing is maxed out.
If you have a lighter that is not that doesn't have a fuel window on it, which several don't.
Yes.
If you have
like my
one,
new one.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't
Oh, it does.
take that thing, is it on the very bottom? Is it look on the very bottom? On the very bottom. Is
I
it
bet you
see-through
have
on the
to-
very bottom?
You got to pull this insert out.
Oh, you got to pull the insert. Does it come out?
It does.
Does it come out? It does. Okay.
Although I can't get it out. 'cause I'm
Oh,
jamming
you got to spend more time at the gym.
it pretty tight. Oh,
All right.
that is in there.
You get
So I'm not
Okay.
going to attempt to pull that out right now. That sucker is in there.
So what we're looking at, if you don't have a window on your lighter, and you have a butane, you want to fill it up, put it on there for probably around about 15, 20 seconds. And then it should fill up to appropriate. You know,
Yeah.
It fills up pretty fast, but if you want to get that little air bubble out at the top, stick it in there for about 15 seconds.
And you'll know you don't have the seal correct if you press it in there and it's popping out the side. You got to make sure it's you got to get them level.
This is true.
Depressed.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah. Your finger will become, the one that's
I've done
holding
it so incorrectly sometimes. I think I burned myself.
It's something, man. It'll wake you up.
Yeah, it will.
Boy, it will. But so yeah, that's the basics when it comes to filling a lighter. And also you'll notice it normally you'll know when a lighter is refillable when it has that little orifice, that little notch down in there in the very bottom. You'll know when it's refillable. And normally if you pay over, we'll just say $10 for a lighter, it's going to be refillable. It's going to be, so
I've even seen super cheap plastic ones that were under $10.
Yeah.
That had them because they're such a simple mechanism to put in almost any lighter.
Sure is. Yeah.
Now obviously the ones under $10 usually don't last very long.
That's true.
But $10 is pretty much the minimum spot for a lighter. And we sell a bunch of $10 lighters.
Yeah.
But I'd say the great price point for a decent lighter, I use it as my truck lighter. I have one just like that. The one Gary's using. It's about $15.
Yeah.
And it's a good investment. We just had a customer come in right before the show, and that's what she bought. We sold her on a $15 one.
Yeah.
He's not going to need another one for a while. Now, that is to say, at some point, being in your pocket, getting knocked around, these will expire. They're not going to last forever.
Correct.
I've had some. This guy's like, I don't know. It's just not working right. I fill it up, and you can just, and I'm like, that's dead, man. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't fix it. I'm like, no, man, the plastic's cracked. Something's wrong with it.
Right. And there's normally an O-ring that the spring, of course, an O-ring. And sometimes O-ring just wears out or breaks or, is just damaged and it'll leak. And when it leaks, it may blow up on you. No big deal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's, it's a good thing. When it comes to butane, butane's very mild when it comes to flavor. Not a whole lot of flavor on it. No, in my opinion, no aromatic at all coming off of it. So
Taste
you
the
can't
heat,
tell.
not the heat.
Yeah, right.
Taste the cigar, not the heat.
So yeah, there's not a whole lot of
Lemon
aromatic comes off of it. So which makes it ideal to light a cigar with.
Yeah, I completely agree. And that pretty much is lighter 101.
Mm-hmm.
You can get super, super expensive lighters.
Mm-hmm.
We had a customer come in who bought I think it was called a Prometheus lighter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He won
Very
the
nice.
contest here. He came over to my store and he bought that. It's $100 pyramid lighter. And I was like, ooh, all right, man.
Yeah, I know which one it is. That's a good looking thing.
Yeah, it was.
Man,
It's got a nice wide blade on that thing.
throw that
of a
thing.
flame.
You hurt somebody, throw it at them. Man, yeah.
Came in a nice case. I mean, honestly, you're not going to use the case to transport it, but
Right.
the case was so nice.
Yeah.
Jeez, I
Well,
was floored. I was amazed. He also
Yeah.
bought me a cigar that night too. 'Cause
we'll
he was
see. What, good heavens alive. Got to brag. Come on, man.
But yeah, we're doing all this. We're enjoying our My Father cigar in the My Father Cigar Lounge and Studio.
We also want to push out the CRA cigar sampler here as well. This particular sampler here is delectable. Okay.
Good word, 10 points.
Indeed. Yeah. I started to say elegant, but I wouldn't want to push it. So in this particular pack here, it is the creme de la creme when it comes to cigars. It has, I think it's 10. Yes, 10 cigars in here. They are all that in a bag of tricks. Okay.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way from the Oliva V series all the way to the Andalusian Bull. That is just
and how much
really
is
kind of hard to $170.
That's a good price for all those.
Very
honestly. And the
good.
bag itself is
Very
humidified. So
yes,
you don't have to put them in anything.
You don't have to put them in anything. But all the way, it's got the Opus X. It has Alec Bradley Rare, Tatawahe. It's got, and of course, Ashton. I want to say, is that the? Oh, it's the Symmetry. Okay, I thought it was the ESG there for
Symmetry.
a second.
Ooh, I hadn't had that one in a while.
And so it has Diamond Crown. It's got it all in there.
Yeah.
The worst cigar in there, sorry, Jonathan, is the Oliva V, I think.
Right. And that's the worst,
Respect
quote unquote, the worst.
Yeah.
10 cigars, $170.
Yeah.
$17 a cigar.
Yeah.
Anybody who's been lucky enough to buy a bowl knows it's 20 plus. The
Yeah.
Opus X is 20.
Well, I see the Padron in here too.
I
The
mean,
anniversary series.
There's a lot of $20 plus cigars.
Yeah.
We don't make any money on this pack. All the money goes back to the Cigar Rights of America. All the cigars in that pack have been donated by the manufacturers for the Cigar Rights of America.
That's
So
what makes
it's a way you can donate to them
Pack.
and actually you can receive something.
I'm
Because
pointing at John and you can't see him.
everybody has worked together to create this way of helping the
Yeah.
Cigar Rights of America.
So you're getting a good deal. You're helping out, keeping cigars around. So legislation doesn't turn it into something it shouldn't be.
Correct.
And it's a good deal all the way around. I mean, they love their craft. Cigars have grown so much.
Not to mention, keep in mind that each of these manufacturers in here are trying to keep this industry alive. Okay. So keep that in mind too. So if you come in and if you even look at the pack, we'd advise you to buy it by all means because it's a great deal. But keep in mind that each of these individual manufacturers, they are doing what they can to try to keep this industry going because the government is on this thing every day of the week, every day. And also Harris, which is the owner of this place, he is also another proponent of keeping his ear to the ground.
Right.
And he goes to Montgomery, which is our state capital. So he goes to Montgomery and goes down there and lobbies. So he is there. He does that.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind too. So when you shop at any other cigar shop, I understand. But when you shop here, you are a avid cigar smoker,
right?
Keep in mind that's what you're buying.
Right.
You're trying to keep this thing going.
Yeah. And there's a good reason we keep it going, and that'll go into some more details that John will get into. We'll get into another episode about the study he found and whatnot. It's very interesting, and it's honestly it's like it's been hidden for very bad reasons.
Hair raising,
but
and there's actually another one taking place, and the rumors are it's drawn the same conclusions.
Good deal.
So
okay, well
that's why we're not hearing about it.
Yeah,
drew the same conclusion.
Yeah.
This has been a great episode. I'd say I'm enjoying it.
Outstanding, and I see that your glass is almost empty.
It is.
You have enjoyed that, haven't you? Dang, man, that's nice. Very good.
We've only got a couple of those packs in each store.
Yeah.
You can see Gary at Vitola.
Hello.
And pick one up. You can see Devin in Trustville.
Right.
You can do me in, I think this week you're going to find me 280 and Pat Creek.
Right. Yep.
Very good.
I am now at Trustville from 4 to 8 instead of 5 to 8.
Oh, look at you.
So if you get in there early, you can have a smoke with me.
Oh, there it is.
Maybe able to influence my cigar of the day to smoke. So
gosh, I may drop by there and just have one with you one day.
You should.
I should. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
It's kind of lonely in there.
Yeah. I will. I think I just might
But-
do that.
Thank you. And remember,
Yes.
like, share, subscribe. Everybody smash that like button right now. Make
Tap
sure
it.
you give us all the love.
Please.
We need it. Share
Yes.
it around. If you like what you see, if you don't like what you see, share it anyway.
All you guys that joined us today, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate you taking time out of your day for that.
Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Conger. Thank you, everybody else who didn't say anything, who's there watching. Thank you after the fact. And so we got a surprise for the very end of the show.
Uh-oh.
We actually had a live studio audience today.
Oh, that's right.
That's right,
don't we?
yeah.
Yeah, we've taken up all of the chairs here, which is
All of them.
outstanding. That's
So-
great.
You've seen him making comments in the actual chat, and here he is right now.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Dr. D himself.
There he is.
My co-host of you can get in the center here for Whiskey Talk Friends that you can catch on my channel, Arc of Fire Gaming Network. But besides that, thank you for being here in the audience.
He had the guts to do it.
Yep.
And he pulled the trigger.
And he's
He
here.
got here.
So he got
That's
to
it.
see all of it and enjoy the cigar. What did you think of the cigar?
Honestly, I loved it. I actually probably go buy me another one. It actually was very fantastic. It had probably one. You give me a lot so far to
Yeah.
try and go from there. As in, I know that the flavor, the darkness in it.
Yeah.
It gave me a lot of flavor. That I was really pleased.
Was there any pitted prune in there?
Pitted prune?
Was there?
I don't
Okay.
know.
No pitted prune in this one. No pitted prune in this one.
Well, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary. I almost missed it.
Yes, you did.
So thank you, John, for being an amazing producer.
John, you rock.
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Thank you, Gary.
About that. And you as well.
Thank you,
The
sir.
great Davini.
Thank you, Dr. D, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you on the next exciting adventure of Smoking Underground in the My Father Cigar Lounge and Studio
Here's to you.
next Thursday.